Diabetes is a dreadful disease. It's a silent killer, and it's been growing steadily over the years, and it's projected to double within the next 20 years.
Type 2 diabetes is one of the most serious threats to global health we currently face.
1 in 10 people on the planet at the moment either has diabetes or will develop it during their lifetime.
It is a killer of pandemic proportions.
The threat of diabetes in the world is enormous.
More people die from diabetes than from AIDS.
Of all the non-infectious diseases, diabetes is the main killer.
In the United Kingdom alone, more than 1 million people have developed the disease.
There's also the missing million who don't yet realise that they've got diabetes.
1 in 10 of all National Health Service admissions are related to diabetes, and the proportion is rising.
The NHS in Oxford has always been one of the leaders in delivery of diabetes care in the UK.
The University of Oxford has a long-standing reputation as a leader in diabetes and endocrine research. In the 17th century, Thomas Willis discovered the association between diabetes and sugar.
At the end of the Second World War, Hans Krebs was describing the basic metabolism of the human body. He got the Nobel Prize for that. In the 1950s, Dorothy Hodgkin got the Nobel Prize for describing the structure of insulin.
The tradition of excellence extends to the late Professor Robert Turner, whose UK prospective diabetes study, the largest ever trial in diabetes, has been internationally acclaimed for its breakthroughs. In 1999, the University of Oxford, the NHS and Novo Nordisk conceived the vision of a place where, for the first time, clinicians, nurses, teaching and research scientists would all be brought together under one roof.
Our belief is that partnerships like the one that we have established with NHS and Oxford are going to be role models for future partnerships, which is going to lead to better public health.
World-leading Danish pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk is Europe's leading manufacturer of insulin.
We see as an obligation to prevent and to cure diabetes.
In my view, within 20 years, we ought to be able to prevent type 1 diabetes, and we ought to be able to cure type 2 diabetes.
Ultimately, we are all heading for the cure, and Oxford cannot do it alone. We cannot do it alone.
Groups currently investigating a wide range of related diseases can at last integrate their existing research and clinical expertise on diabetes, obesity and cardiovascular illness on one site.
They are all interrelated, and their treatment, as well as the way that we do research about them, needs to be integrated.
This is the Oxford Centre for Diabetes, Endocrinology and Metabolism.
One of the interesting things about the building is that we asked the architects to design a building which was patient-centred, and they've done that literally. The patients are in the middle of the atrium. Now, actually, you can't get into the building without walking past those patients. So if you're a researcher into some cellular aspect of diabetes or endocrinology, you've actually got to walk past all those patients before you can get to your lab. And that's very important to us, that what we're doing here is not just some academic research which has no outcomes. We're desperately interested in cures, we're interested in improving the lot of the patients, and to have them at the centre of the building is a fundamental parable of what it is that we're doing.
It's a unique partnership. Founder partner Novo Nordisk has been joined by Takeda Industries in phase 2 of the project.
I'm very happy to see Takeda, another pharmaceutical company of a very high standing, have joined the partnership.
I think this is a real partnership and not just one that's based on finance.
What we have here is a centre dedicated to cutting-edge research built on a history of excellence.
No fewer than 8 professors will be heading the different research groups at the centre, pooling their knowledge in a cross-disciplinary pursuit of common goals.
It's from that type of discussion that major breakthroughs happen.
Ocdem's clinical care could not be accomplished within the National Health Service alone.
In clinical care, if we find something that we feel needs further work on, we've got researchers just around the corner that we can contact.
Ocdem's nursing skills are on the leading edge in endocrinology, metabolism and diabetes.
I'm not prescribing or dictating to the people I see in clinic, but we try and work together as a partnership.
The third element in Ocdem's synergy is teaching. The centre not only performs undergraduate teaching, but has 25 research fellows and graduate students.
We want to be one of the leading centres in teaching and establishing science for the future.
I believe that Oxford, being one of the leading academic institutions in the world, provides an enormous talent pool for recruiting research and clinical talent to the partnership.
Public perception often focuses on the concept of a breakthrough. The reality is that progress in medicine is more often a battle of attrition. But Ocdem can be confident of its capacity to realise its goals.
There is no greater challenge in medicine today.
I think we really have great potential to become world leaders.
We want nothing less than the eradication of diabetes.